Okay, but have I told you about the IKEA effect? It's actually super interesting. So, in 2011, researchers at the Harvard School of Business split participants into two groups. One assembled IKEA furniture and the other one looked at pre-assembled pieces. So when they were asked, how much would you pay for these items? The people who built furniture valued their creations 63% higher than the non-builders. So the researchers realized that there was this cognitive bias where people place higher value on things that they had a hand in creating. And that's when the term IKEA effect was coined. And the reason why it works is because as humans, we get this boost after completing a task. It makes us feel accomplished and more connected to the end result. Now, besides from IKEA, who else do you think uses this bias? HelloFresh. Just think about it. If meal kits arrived fully cooked, they probably wouldn't be nearly as popular, right? The simple act of cooking it yourself creates ownership. I mean, Build-A-Bear alone has their entire business strategy built on this specific bias. But my favorite example, though, has to be Betty Crocker. Do you know what happened? I covered this story a few videos ago, so go check that out if you haven't already. But basically, you know when you go to the store and buy a cake mix, in the instructions it says to add a fresh egg. Well, that wasn't part of the original recipe. When cake mixes first came out, you just had to add water. But then General Mills realized that homemakers thought this was too simple, like they were cheating or something. So GM added this extra step to make women in the 1950s feel like they were actually baking, aka they had a hand in the process. Sales exploded, blah, 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 and now Betty Crocker is this giant staple, right? So you can see how even before the researchers at Harvard coined the term IKEA effect, it was already being used. And what interests me is how can businesses use it today? I think it could be something like giving users a role in the product roadmap, offering custom packaging, adding assembly steps, or gamifying the software with badges, streaks, and milestones. The point is to give the customer that sense of accomplishment through their product. You know what I mean?